welcome to this week's Take It To Go, where we're going to take some truths from this week's message and we're going to talk about how we can use them to go out and be Jesus to all people. We've got Frank with us here today. Frank, give us a big takeaway from this week's message.
Yeah, this week we kicked off a brand new series called Encounters,
Yes.
where we're looking at 4 different Old Testament characters who had encounters with God. And this week we looked at the character of Jacob and how Jacob had this moment where he wrestled with God. And in that wrestling, God kind of renamed Jacob, and his name was very much associated with what he felt about his past, and God let him know that he is who God says he is, and to move on from some of the things in his past and to move ahead into what God was going to give to him. And we talked a lot about how just individually, a lot of times what holds us back from moving forward is things in our past that we have to let go of, and that we have to recognize that God has forgiven us for, and each and every one of us wrestle with that in a different way. But God wants to redeem our past in order that we can move into what God has for us in the future, and that's what we kind of hit on this week.
Absolutely. Well, there's probably some really great ways that we can practically apply that to our life. Why don't you give us one of them?
Yeah, I think there are really 2 big things. Number one, we have to accept God's forgiveness and grace in our life. And for a lot of people, that's tough. It's hard because of the shame and guilt of things that we have in our past, memories, things that have happened to us, things that we have done. But God, in his unconditional love and mercy and grace, he has forgiven us of that. That's why Jesus came. That's what the cross is all about. And we have to learn how to accept that. And the second thing I think that we need to do is that if there are things in our past that we need to deal with or reconcile, we need to make a decision in our own lives to reconcile with some people that maybe we need to reach out and talk to some people. Maybe we even need to just even do some own work in our own lives as we deal with the effects of what memories and things in the past have happened to us, under the umbrella of knowing God has redeemed us, that God restores us, and that God wants us to move on a path of healing.
Okay. If we want to dig into this a little bit more, want to do some research on our own, what's some resources we can find?
There's a lot of great resources. There's a book called Putting Your Past in Its Place by Stephen Byers, which is a great resource. And if you're struggling with overcoming things from your past, maybe that would be something that'd be helpful.
All right, guys. Well, let's take this and let's go be Jesus to all people this week.